What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to War Robot's most unfair new missile weapon, the Hurricane. Basically an updated 2.0 version of Noricum's, but this time really badass. With an auto-aim. Ladies and gentlemen, this is trolling level 99999 periodic 9. How can they, are they freaking serious? Hurricane, 1,100 meters range, only 5 seconds reload, 4,700 damage per missile, of which it fires a lot. Look, this is a 100% HP Spectre trying to walk away from the rockets and bats! And that was only 400 meters. You can do this at 1,100 meters and yeah, the weapon actually has a homing ability. Look, we're hitting the jumping Mars. Bye, Mars! This is War Robots, ladies and gentlemen. Are they serious? I mean, we love Noricums and we have all been asking for a buff and, you know, a fix for problems that the Noricums have, such as the minimum range crap and other things, you know. Of course they didn't do it. Of course they didn't. Of course they weren't interested in buffing the existing weapon when the plan was to simply bring a new one. Why should they touch the old ones? Of course, now I'm not surprised. Or why did I ever think something different? Why did I ever expect there could be potentially a buff for the Noricums coming? No, you know, let's put this aside. I really like the style of the weapon. It's just that this seems completely unfair and broken to me. The reload itself, like every 5 seconds, really, full firepower, nothing with a long reload or something. 1,100 meters range, zero problems to have to deal with. Just shoot over the entire map, and you don't have to be on an elevated position like I am here. You can be in a lower angle and you just fire over everything as well. You'll see this in the second map on Moon, where I'm just basically walking around most of the time and shooting from there. And I have no problems just obliterating the enemy team with this weapon that does not need line of sight, that does need anything. Actually, it doesn't really need anything except for, you know, that the enemy shouldn't stand in front of a tall building with the face against the wall. Then you can't hit him. But any other situation, like, yeah, bye, dude. You know, but you know, in this case, I'm actually like, I'm generally hyped about this. It's actually just fun because I like trolling, and although of course I realize this is completely unfair right now, I assume that there will be a change coming for this, because, you know, this would kind of, you're like, what game would it be if, like, everybody could do this, you know? The only robots you would have on the map are robots that are constantly stealth, like Orochis, yeah, Crisis, and then you have these guys who are basically just, what am I doing? Why am I, the match ended and I was just doing a screenshot run. Yeah, so, yeah, this is the first map. Let's get into the real one. This is a full match. Moon just beginning. Let's just launch into the enemy base right from the get-go. So this guy right there, he just lost a lot of health. Let's keep firing at him because it's very tanky. Somebody else is doing the same thing with him that I'm doing. And of course, we're also running double nuclear amp. By the way, this is what happens when you get within 400 meters range. There is a minimum range thing on this weapon too, but it works differently. It switches to direct fire when you are within 400 meters range, which is not a problem because the weapon homes in and you're just gonna fire directly. That means if, for example, you shoot somebody under the center part of Moon, you walk in, like here, you walk in down here next to the beacon, you go in here, and somebody comes from the other side, you can shoot him, no problem. Your weapon will go into direct fire mode, and they will home in on him there. So, in pretty much all situations, you end up with the optimal firing pattern, because the weapon does anything for you. You have no lock-on problem, you're not missing too many shots. I think the weapon even has a bit of splash damage, which would mean you can increase the splash damage with the explosive pilot skill. There were no pilots on the test server, so I couldn't test this. But if this is the case and you can put explosive expert pilot skill on it as well, that would be even more broken, because now you would hit people even if they, you know, try to slightly run away from you or something. Here, I'm shield breaking the Demeter, but the Demeter doesn't seem to be hit, because remember, the Demeter is a hovering robot, so he actually doesn't have contact to the ground. So when the rockets hit underneath him, the splash damage is maybe too small to actually reach the hovering robot above it, you know? So that's why the Demeter here represents quite a bit of a problem for me to get him, unless he's standing still and I can directly hit him with my rockets. So I'm again doing here direct fire shield break, but in this case I was in direct fire mode. But this thing I think is hitting this time. Yeah, because he was standing still in the moment when the rockets came, so they directly hit the robot now. He's hitting me back now. He's answering. Rockets coming in, and whoop, there you go, buddy. So, yeah, I think there is a bit of splash damage to it, and that means there could be an explosive expert, and that means it's even crazier. By the way, a video with the Vortex, the new Vortex weapon with area effect, splash damage, and explosive expert coming in just a day or two. So, no, actually, I think it's super quick. So stay tuned for that as well, if it's not already out. No, I think I'm going to do this first. We're down to low health now, but yeah, we're going to die now from the airstrike, which is okay, because I have a Spectre ready to rock, and that one has the ability to jump up here. So let's do this. And as we jump, this is the intro moment. You may recognize it from the start of this video. We have a Mender Boy coming in, and he's just lost 70% of his health, because that's what happens now when you play War Robots and you have the audacity to spawn a robot. You have the audacity to spawn a robot, you get slapped in the face by a barrage of rockets that come from somewhere, doesn't matter from where, and they just hit you right square in the face. And basically end you almost immediately. Yeah. Woo! War Robots! Look, this is direct fire, so the weapon can do it. And yeah. By the way, again, I will say it here. There is an incredibly big and important announcement made in an upcoming video. Yeah, I think it's still coming up. About this channel's future. Because I am planning to add something to our channel, to do something besides War Robots that I know you guys would be super hyped and interested to know what it is if I told you right now. But the reveal is coming, what it's going to be. It's going to be a robot warfare game of the highest standard and quality with 0 microtransactions. So guys, stay tuned, you're gonna love it. But for now, let's just keep it a little vague, because I still want to keep you guys, you know, a little in the dark, but it's coming. So see, we can't hit the Arthur. We have a bit of splash damage perhaps, but it's not enough to, you know, have enough damage past the physical shield of the Arthur. Let's be honest, I'm not quite sure if there is splash damage, but I think so. And I believe it's just too small to actually get past the physical shield on the Arthur. Woo! Okay, cool. Noricums 2.0. Can't believe I get to see this happen in this game. I thought the Noricums themselves would finally get a buff, and we have been asking and waiting for this to happen for so long. How am I surprised that it's not this that's actually coming in form of basically an ultimate version? Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like an ultimate version of the Nemesis, of the Noricums, just thankfully not actually as ultimate. It's just a new weapon, and you don't have to get it from some kind of random luck rotation thingy that requires 700 billion euros to be invested to get one of those. But at the same time, it's also a bit of a slap in the face for every single one of us who has been, you know, sitting on our Noricums waiting and hoping for finally at least some kind of mechanic change that the minimum range problem goes away. I think Pixonic could still do this, to be quite honest. Look, this I think is was it a shell? Nah, it's an angler. Okay. Thought it was a shell with physical shields, but I'm hitting into the backside of the angler with direct fire. Couldn't they do this something like this also with the Noricums? Like it shoots the barrage straight at you and you get hit like this? Why should the weapon not be able to look down like this? Or alternatively, you just fire up and you fire down. No matter where the enemy is, if he's in 200 meters or 100 meters, doesn't matter, you know. You would still have the problem, you can't shoot from underneath a bridge, for example, right? So you still have that problem to deal with. I think they could really do it. I mean, the weapon would still be weak and irrelevant with its long reload. If it was up to me, they should also change the reload and everything. Here, I go to direct fire mode now. I just walk a little further, and within 400 meters, I can just perfectly accurately shoot homing missiles at the guy and basically do this with him. However, they are not 100% perfect in their accuracy. You do sometimes miss shots. Here, I'm trying to hit him, but of course the game decides that, oh, maybe you want to shoot this guy instead now. Targeting system, but yeah. Spreading the shots, got this guy and the other guy. That was actually a useful targeting switch by the game. I'm trying to hit the guy, the Mars robot, in the corner, but he's actually... Apparently he's squeezed himself so deep into the corner that I can't hit him. I can, however, shoot the other guys. And this is really trolling Savage level 1 billion here. This is like a whole new level of ridiculousness. I can't believe Pixonic is serious with this. It seems like what month do we have? It's not April, is it? Nah. Like the end of March, maybe it's like an April Fool's joke. I could see that happen by Pixonic. Seriously, I could see them like it's like 25th or 28th of March, and they developed this for the 1st of April, and they like, yo, here, you thought this was gonna be real? No, it was just a joke. It was a prank. But obviously it's not, because they sat down, they created the weapon, they balanced the weapon in what they seem to think what balancing looks like. They made stats, looks, development, all it already went into the weapon, because it seems to be almost finished. The only problem is it seems like it doesn't actually fit on all the robots. If you look at the Spectre, the weapon is too big to actually get on every robot, because they fuse into each other here. So obviously in terms of size, there has to be something done about it. But the weapon, other than that, the weapon seems finished in their development. I think they need to and will probably adjust some stats so it's not quite as ridiculous when it comes. But other than that, it seems well made already in terms of how far they are in development, so I'm thinking that's going to be a release, not an April Fool's joke late. But yeah, so for now, let's leave it as that. Hopefully you guys are hyped for the upcoming announcement for our channel. Yeah, what does it say? I did not shoot him. Directed by War Robot. War Robot. I did not I never saw this before. Do you see this up here? Does it actually say this on the building? I did not shoot him. What the heck? War Robot. Okay. JK Rowling. Alright, so let's end it as that. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one, and catch you in the next video. Manni signing off. Bye-bye.